This is a presentation about UWA Law School's new Business Law major. For over 80 years, the UWA Law School has provided an outstanding legal education to undergraduate students wishing to enter the legal profession in Western Australia. We will continue to provide this training in the future, but from now on, it will only be available to students at the postgraduate level through our new Juris Doctor degree program. The advent of this change to the way in which we offer professional legal education, brought about by the introduction of UWA's New Courses 2012, has provided us with the opportunity to expand our reach through the provision of a new undergraduate major in business law. The business law major will provide undergraduate students with a thorough grounding in the principles and concepts of the law affecting business transactions. As such, it will develop in students a combination of knowledge and skills that is essential for anyone engaged in the conduct of business. Law is a fundamental business discipline, and legal concepts, such as the fiduciary duties owed by directors of a company, the basic principles of the law of contract and the law of torts, and the nature of different types of property, are all vital to the conduct of commerce in our society. The business law major will introduce students to this and much other important, interesting and challenging material. In addition, although successful completion of the business law major is not a prerequisite for entry into the postgraduate Juris Doctor program, it is nonetheless the case that studying for a business law major offers students who are contemplating undertaking the JD with at least two important advantages. Firstly, it will provide them with an early opportunity to familiarise themselves with the law school and to meet and make friends with many of our current students and members of the academic staff. Secondly, it will also provide students with an invaluable pre-law grounding in legal reasoning and legal method, and a basic working knowledge of the fundamental commercial law principles underpinning the Australian legal system. The business law major may be taken as a degree-specific major within the Bachelor of Commerce, but it can be taken as a second major in the Bachelor of Commerce degree or in any of UWA's other new undergraduate degree courses. It will equip you with high-level analytical, problem-solving, research and communication skills, all of which are important skills for life as well as career skills. But that's not the primary reason why you should take it. You should primarily take it because you want to. Can you think of some reasons why you might want to take the business law major? I can think of two, maybe three. Firstly, it's true that in recent years there's been a clear and consistent trend escalating the accountability and the potential personal liability of professionals, business managers and public servants. There's been also increasing statutory intervention into the everyday running of business enterprises. As a result, the line between business decisions and legal decisions nowadays is becoming increasingly blurred, which is why all university graduates planning to enter into the business world in any capacity should have at least a grounding in basic legal concepts and a reasonable familiarity with those areas of the law that are directly relevant to their particular profession or business. In addition to that, it's also important to recognise that most students who are taking an undergraduate degree will be thinking about whether they want to go on and do a professional degree, the Juris Doctor degree, so as to qualify for practice of law in this state. Probably the most beneficial thing about UWA's new courses structure is that students don't have to commit themselves to the JD degree blind, as it were. By taking the business law major, they'll be able to determine whether they actually enjoy legal studies, whether they have the aptitude and the abilities necessary to succeed in legal studies in a JD degree. It's important to bear in mind that the business law major is one of a number of majors which can be taken as a degree-specific major in the Bachelor of Commerce degree. However, it's not the only way in which the business law major can be taken. You don't need to take it as a degree-specific major. You don't need to take it as a major in the Bachelor of Commerce. It can be taken as a second major in the Bachelor of Commerce degree, or indeed as a second major in any of UWA's 5 new undergraduate degree courses. Note, however, that if you take the business law major as your degree-specific major in the Bachelor of Commerce degree, the Bachelor of Commerce rules require that in addition to the 8 units that must be taken to complete the business law major, all students graduating with the Bachelor of Commerce must also take 4 further complementary units, which are listed on this slide. This requirement applies, let me stress, only to those students who are taking the the business law major as their degree-specific major in the Bachelor of Commerce. What careers will the business law major prepare you for? The major has been designed to meet the needs of students who are planning careers in accountancy, business management, marketing, human resources, international trade, banking and finance, public service, industrial relations, and related professions and business endeavours. It's also been prepared, of course, to equip students with the skills they need to succeed if they want to go on to take a postgraduate Juris Doctor degree and qualify as a practicing lawyer. It's important to recognise that the skills and knowledge that can be acquired while undertaking the suite of units that comprise the business law major are relevant not only just to the Australian legal system, but also to the legal and commercial environment of the very many other common law countries that exist around the world. Chief amongst these are, of course, the United Kingdom, the United States and Canada, India, Pakistan, South Africa, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, and many more countries, perhaps too numerous to mention here. The sequence of units to be undertaken so as to qualify for the business law major are set out on this slide. We begin in level 1 or year 1 with 2 basic introductory units: financial accounting, an introduction to basic business concepts, and introduction to law, in which the basics of the legal system and legal method, contract and tort are covered. We move on in level 2 or year 2 to look at company law, taxation law, and in the unit legal framework of business, important concepts such as fiduciary obligation, agency, partnership and insolvency law. In level 3 or 3rd year, finance law and international commercial law are offered in 1st semester, and in 2nd semester the final capstone unit of the major, marketing, management and the law, will attempt to tie together all of the skills and knowledge that you've acquired throughout the course of your studies in business law so as to make the whole package make sense and interrelate one aspect to another. On this slide you see a typical course study plan for the business law major. It's possible, as I've mentioned earlier, to take the major either as a degree-specific major in the Bachelor of Commerce or as a second major in any of the undergraduate degree programs offered by UWA from 2012. Staff at the law school's student centre will be able to give students further information about course study plans and how to structure your degree course so as to include the business law major. Finally, a student perspective. One of our recent graduates, Carolyn Perchler, when asked to give her perspective on the business law major, said this: "From the first unit I took in the subject, I found business law really interesting in that it gave me a chance to look at business and commercial transactions from a different perspective. My studies have covered a wide range of topics, including company law and finance law, electronic commerce and marketing law. They're always relevant and applicable both to the work you do in your degree as well as your normal life. Assignments in commerce usually involve the use of numbers to solve a problem, so the business law classes are a good change of pace, where we look at a problem, pick out the relevant facts, and interpret them to find a solution. The lecturers and tutors are all very knowledgeable and understand that you don't have a legal background, so the classes are really enjoyable and you learn a lot. I'm really happy I chose to study business law. I'd recommend it to anyone, and so would we. Bye, and good luck with your studies.